Morning grade 8s, we're on page 14, activity 5, and we're going to look at the transactions of blue electricians. Okay, what's important is that you always make sure you know which kind of activity or which kind of business this is. In this case it's an electrician business, so their service is being electricians. Okay, right, so there's a couple of transactions, and I'm just going to do the first 5 transactions in this specific video of activity 5. Okay, so the owner, Paula Blue, began a business with a capital contribution, which means the owner put money into the business, 125,000 Rand, and she put it into the business's bank account. So you must separate your business account from the account of the individual. Alright, so the individual and the business account will be separate. Okay, so Paula Blue put money into the business, which means the business bank account will increase with 125,000 Rand. So how you write it down over here, you must identify the 2 accounts. The one account is always going to be bank. And what's going to happen to the bank if you put money in the bank? Bank will increase. Bank will increase. Okay, and the amount that we are using is 125,000. Okay, so it will be plus 125,000. You don't have to put in the Rand amount. Now, this accounting equation says assets is equal to owner's equity plus liabilities. You don't have to write it in there, or they don't have to give it to you, but that's what you need to do. Alright, so you must either have the same amount on the other side, or the other account must be something similar, so it must be a plus and a minus on the assets. But a capital contribution, that is owner's equity. Okay, so it will be capital contribution as the reason. Okay, and it will also be a plus 125,000 Rand on that side. The reason for that is capital increases. Okay, there's more capital in the business, and the bank account also increased, and a plus 125,000 is equal to plus 125,000 on the other side. Okay, then we're going to look at transaction number 2, purchased a vehicle. So the one account is always going to be bank in this case. So bank is the one account, bank decreases, and you bought a vehicle and 65,000 Rand. So I'm going to say number 2, I'm going to say bank decreases or decrease. Okay, and that's minus 65,000 therefore. Now vehicles will also be an asset. Okay, so it will be a plus 65,000 because the vehicles increases, and you will say vehicle increase. Okay, so that was transaction number 2. Alright, the next one that we're going to do is number 3, macro delivered a computer, and it was paid via EFT. EFT is just a bank transaction. Okay, so it's a computer, and a computer is equipment. Okay, so 9,600 will come out of your bank account, so it will be minus 9,600, and your bank will decrease. Remember, bank is an asset account. Okay, what did you buy? You bought a computer, so your computers, which is equipment, increases with the same amount, and you will say equipment increase. Okay, so I'll give you more space in the exams for this, but yeah, so you have to cramp it in there at the moment. But you will see for transaction 2 and 3, it's a plus and minus on the assets, which means this. If you add the 2 together, you get 0, and 0 is obviously equal to 0 on the other side of the counting equation. Now at this stage, we have not done liabilities, so I'm going to leave that out. So everything will be written in assets and owners. Second last transaction of this video, made an EFT payment to tacky shops for equipment purchased. Okay, again they tell you it's equipment, so it's equipment again, and your equipment will increase, and your money in your bank will decrease with 13,450. So minus 13,450. I always do bank first, bank decrease.